Goddamn.
Un, dos, tres.
Oh my God! That's just too dirty!
Yeah. The shit's fire.
This is a fucking banger.
Ladies and gentlemen, cats, snakes, dogs, chicken, elderly people, workers, and twerkers.
Yeah.
Turn it up!
I don't give a fuck. It's the Ruckus. What the fuck you expect?
I body slapped my wife, my nigga.
Please tell me how this prostitute was gonna pay you money to fuck her.
And it begins Women's History Month. Let's end it right, baby.
Oh my God! This during Women's History Month.
Let's end it right, baby.
You doing this on 20?
Pockets. Let's go.
Bro, this shit was crazy. So I was in Peru.
Fuck me harder!
Oh my God.
Let's go. We're getting spicy, baby. Let's go, Brutus.
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. Nah, man. So I get to Peru. Bro, mind you, I got no money. Doing the backpack thing.
You don't gotta say no money. We know that.
Oh,
you're hitchhiking. You're hitchhiking in life. You fucking dick.
Yeah, bro.
Hold on. I gotta pause right quick. Look at Joshua's shirt. Here we go. Look at Joshua's shirt, bro. He's representing the Beatles, man.
Committed. Just committed.
I thought you were gonna bring up the Daniel has no shirt.
You was hoping somebody was gonna notice that shit.
How many times you pay the I'm curious.
Somebody get the Daniel shirt. Hero. Oh shit.
Nah, Daniel got a shirt. It's just the same color as Alex's. You can't see it. So you were about to fuck this bitch, Lou. What happened?
Yo, damn.
Or was she about to fuck you?
She was about to fuck you.
Segue.
He made it random, hoes.
Yeah, random as hell. So I get to Peru that was the second night. We were staying at this dude, like back in the day, there was this site called Couchsurfing. So I was staying at this dude's house. It was me and a friend of mine. We were traveling there, whatever. And I was like, yo, what's there to do? And he's like, oh, go down to this place. So we went down. There was nothing popping. So we walked around, and then we found this park. It's Barrio Miraflores in the center of Lima. And so we walking around, and then we didn't know, but this was a place where it was like kind of like, it wasn't like a shady place, but it was kind of like where a lot of prostitutes hung out. But we didn't know this because it was just like mad people. And I was like, yo,
Lou.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
So all these beautiful, I'm like, yo, I was with this dude, Ken. I was like, yo, man, there's a lot of beautiful women. So he had a camera. He was a photographer. So he starts taking pictures. And this girl comes up and he was like, yo, could I take your picture? And she's like, you got to pay to take my picture. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I knew she was a prostitute. I was, just the way she was talking. And whatever, we went around.
Your spidey sense start tingling?
Man, my spidey, anyway, I ain't gonna get it.
I was the only thing that was tingling, bro.
This girl was fine. This girl was fine. Like, this girl, Lima got some, shout out to the people in Lima. Lima got some girls. So anyway, so we was walking around, and then she came back around, and she's like, oh, listen, if you want to take my picture now, I'll let you take my picture. I won't charge you. And he's like, okay. So he takes the picture, and then he shows it to her on the camera. And then she looks at me. She's like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't want to do nothing.
Hey, yo.
Because I knew what it meant. I knew she was like, yo, so what do you want to do? He's like, you want to get down? You want to have a good time? Whatever. I could show you a good time. I was like, nah, man. You ain't got enough money for the type of good time I'm going to show you. And she's like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, what you mean? I was like, yo, you got to pay me if you want to have a good time. And she's like, oh, so you saying why the fuck you lying? Fuck you, bro.
Get your 3-pump ass out of here, bro.
Damn. Yo, but so I'm kicking my game. I'm like, yo, because she was fine. End of the fucking fine. Anyway, so I said that shit to her, and she's like, "Oh, so what you saying? Like, I gotta pay you so I could get off? You think you're that good?" I was like, "Yeah, man. What the fuck you think?" And she's like, "Where you from?" I'm like, "I'm Dominican," and she's like, "Oh, you're Dominican." Yo, she changed right away. She's like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I kept on. I was like, "You gotta pay." She's like, "How much I gotta pay?" And I was like, yo, $300 right now. And she's like, is that what it's going to take? I was like, yeah. She's like, I'll be right back. Bro, no lie. She literally went to her fucking pimp. I saw her get the money from the pink. I looked at Ken. I was like, yo, we get the fuck out of here. Yo, we started walking away, and she came back, and she's like, yo, where you going? She's like, I was like, yeah, I'll be right back. I got to go to the pharmacy. Just wait for me right here. Bro, she literally like just chased after me and Ken. No fucking lie. And then I didn't go back.
I respect that. I respect that.
Man.
Boss. That's boss talk right there. I like that.
Hey, man. I got stories. I got proof too. Ken was with me. That trip to Peru, mad shit happened. Ken was with me. I got offered marriage as well.
Yo, Ken, call 1-800-555-7575 and let us know if this is true or it's bullshit.
I got videos of a lot of that shit on YouTube.
You trying to blackmail people now?
Nah, man, that's just on my YouTube page, bro. I took my videos of Peru, the crazy shit I did.
Matter of fact, Casey, we need to set that up a voicemail. For motherfuckers to leave voicemail.
Oh my god.
Yo.
You really want to let people
out of hand shit.
I want to fact check. I want to fact check Lou too.
Oh, so I'm gonna tell my stories and then people.
Yep.
Happen. Yo, why does Kraken look like he's in a novella?
He's in the Zoom meeting right now.
Yeah, but it's like old English, like castle and shit. I feel like motherfuckers drinking tea and crumpets.
Tell me fascinating stories.
For real, bro. He's like the Dominican Mr. Rogers right now.
That's wholesome, man. It's wholesome right there.
Hey, man, this is dope. I'm proud of him, man. He's in his own home. That's fucking dope. That's a G move right there. That is a G move. That is a G move.
Lighting blunts.
Respeto.
Lighting blunts like
I gotta go outside like a peasant.
Too tight.
For real, Peter. You a peasant.
Wait, you can't light up in the basement, Peter? I thought that was your space.
Nah, man. These fucking floors are so thin, bro. This whole house will smell like fucking dank. I open my weed box. and the smell travels right up the steps like nothing. The whole fucking upstairs be smelling like mad dank.
Your kids be catching contact highs?
Nah.
Hey, yo,
you trying to get me indicted out here, son? What you doing?
Allegedly.
There you go. Allegedly.
Oh man.
Yeah, we popping it off. We gonna start with the topic that's on everybody's mind tonight.
Fuck yeah, let's get the shit.
The most important topic of the year.
Yeah,
so far.
It's literally been like the topic everybody's, and I got some information of y'all that on the topic that you probably guys didn't know, and then I called my sources. I was like, yo, Derrick Jaxn, right? Like he's the dude, Black Twitter blowing up and shit. Yo, did you know he was Dominican?
He was.
No, you lying ass bastard.
He's not Dominican anymore, right?
Now it's not now it's not. I know Dominican.
We don't claim him.
He's not Dominican because is that what it is?
Explain it to me, man, because I didn't follow this story. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't even know who this person is.
For real?
Well, he's a fake ass relationship guru that always shit on men, and just to get clout. And then he was basically everything he was trying to talk shit against, he was doing.
So he was a hypocrite.
Yeah, but he was trying to. He thought he was perfect. My girl, I didn't know my girl was following him, and she told me she unfollowed him. I was like, "What?"
Wait, hold on.
Yo, why are you running? You should hit it with a pillow, respectfully.
Damn, bro.
Respectfully.
Yo, did you notice you were on any extra fights, Alex, during that time?
Get into a pillow fight with him, and make sure you hit it
Get with your brother and
this dude is out there ruining relationships left and right.
Yeah.
Yo, Alex didn't realize why his his wife would be angry for no reason.
I don't like that dude, man.
I didn't like that dude.
I think you're allowed to body slam your wife now.
No, man.
But on purpose. This shit is hilarious. And you know what? You can get away with it if you body slam her. You can get away with it because if she files charges, you'd be like, well, I followed Derrick Jaxn, the cop. You think, what? Oh, nigga, never mind.
Yo, Alex's wife was following him. And I'm not laughing at Alex. for her. I just think that is.
Yo, but did you guys see how crazy the dude is? That he made a video of himself. He made a video of himself talking in third person. What the?
That shit was insane, bro. Like, okay, so the video he made with his wife was weird. Like that shit was like he was just giving her all these crazy looks. Like,
look at her face.
He was squeezing her hands, dude.
Yo,
like,
you better not be saying nothing. That shit was weird.
Forgive me on camera, bitch.
Her hands were white, bro.
Forgive me on camera, bitch.
Squeezing them.
You know why? Because they got
don't say nothing crazy. I don't want to edit this out later.
No. And then you saw her video, her crazy ass video.
Okay, so so that's okay. Yes. So his video, them together was bad, but okay, like maybe it's an attempt. Okay, her video by herself is fucking weird, bro.
Nice source, Kelvin.
I know, thanks.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Yo, you gotta stop with that shit. I hate it.
But it looked like they deserved each other, man, or do deserve each other. You know, they're in it together, man. They're in the hustle together. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
You think she's part of the hustle? You think she's part of the hustle, Kraken?
I think you get caught up in some type of situation, but then you exploit it, like the Kardashians or any of those people, right? Like that social media celebrity age, man. Exploit your personal struggles and shit, and just lean right into that shit.
All press is good press,
right? Especially the more dramatic it is, the more controversial it is.
Yeah, but that video that she posted by herself afterwards, she was just like, I am in a war with the spirits and my words are the swords of Jesus.
Well, that's what I mean.
She went into some shit, bro. I was like,
but it's a particular, it's a market, right? Like the highly religious black, I think they're Southern, right? I think
they're Southern. They're Southern.
Right.
They're Southern.
They're speaking that black Southern conservative just mindset, and there's a market out there for that shit.
Yeah, they're grifters. Right. They're grifters.
More him than her, because here's the thing: like, you know, before he got caught, like when he knew the shit was to hit the fan, like mind you, nobody knew that he was married. No one knew he had a kid. He was just a nigga in his car trying to drop gents because I was the type of person that said, I don't trust a nigga that drop advice and he's always in his damn car. At least have an office or a bedroom or some shit.
I was just drops a book every freaking year. Jesus Christ.
The thing about it, real niggas like us, real men, we knew what was up. You know what I mean? He was just pandering to women to get pussy, so we know what was up. His fan base is women and simp niggas that love to dirty Mac. You know what I mean? That's
dirty Mac.
Ooh, damn, you talking shit about Alex's wife, nigga.
Alex, you got a pillow? Alex, you got a pillow? Respectfully, just have a conversation with have a pillow fight. And make sure
you're 6'5".
This is like fucking 10 feet tall, bro.
That pillow's gonna disappear, bro.
You bring up a good point, because what's crazy is we all know somebody who's kind of a Derrick Jaxn in our crew. Not in our crew, but we always know that.
I was gonna say in our crew. Hold on.
No, not in our crew, but we.
Like a couple degrees away, man. I know what you mean.
I knew one in high school. Which not one like smack. Well, not smack or shit, but I knew one in high school. He was just like him. He was the type of nigga that would be like, yo, don't talk to that girl because the ex with the turn. Then when your back is turned, he ends up smashing the chick, or even end up wiping him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's quite a few. And Lou, we know them.
Yeah, we know. I know a few of them, and I went to school with a few of them. I went to college with a few of them. I mean, Derrick Jaxn isn't really like a unicorn. Like he's actually like
he's normal.
He's normal, like that dude. And then what's fucked up is that they speak bad about us to make themselves look good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you have all these women, unfortunately, who are like, they kind of fuck up women. And then when guys get with these women, they're damaged because they've been with a Derrick Jaxn type of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
like manipulative.
And I'll bring it in full circle. you know what I mean? I get annoyed when women say that we don't protect them, and then when we try to give them that lending hand, they don't listen to it because they give it the we ain't shit, we hating, you wishing with that nigga standard. Because this goes back to when we talked about Terry Crews a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? We had this conversation. We said, yo, we try to give women the hey, yo, he ain't about that. He's doing this and the third. And then once he pulled that bullshit with Carrier Union, then all the women try to get together and they ain't got it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to let people fall to figure out what's up. Same thing with this nigga. You know what I mean? He's giving all these gems, all these advice about ain't shit niggas. And the whole time, he ain't shit the whole time. He ain't shit. And yo, you got to go online and see all the side women that been ratting him out. He was on some bullshit with them. You know what I mean? He got one pregnant and was trying to get him an abortion.
Who? Wait.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yo,
one of the girls. One of the girls.
Yeah, no.
Allegedly.
Wait, hold on. This shit just got mad deep. It wasn't just one?
No.
It was multiple?
Oh, no, he's a serial cheater.
A serial hypocrite?
But it's not even multiple. It's over years. This isn't this is like 10 years.
Yeah, he's this was his game. It wasn't like just by accident. Like this was
like literally
he didn't just led to some pussy.
One of the videos, apparently one of the videos is like right outside one of the chicks that he was cheating
in front of her.
That's when that's the thing.
He got inspired. He got inspired.
We know. That's when that shit starts coming together.
The video that he posted.
That video was last week, bro.
No, but the video that he posted of the explaining the. So he did a video of him and his wife, right? The next day, he did a video in his car talking in the third person, like, if I was him, like, that was really weird. That video
was weird.
That video was in front of the house of the woman that he was going to be intimate with. So he apologized. He went to the girl's house. Yes, bro. I've been. This is like,
yo, you've been deep in this.
The video of him talking to himself in the third person is outside a girl that he was about to cheat with. After
No, Mike. Yes, I literally was on the black gossip websites all afternoon. The shit was fascinating. I'm sorry, this shit was.
I mean, this nigga's impressive.
But wait,
this nigga is impressive.
Yo, he's a whole nother level, bro.
That's my nigga. I want to get a Derrick Jaxn shirt.
Yeah, we should make those shirts itself.
Yo, this explains. So I didn't follow the story. I didn't give a shit about it, but I did see like a bunch of memes on my fucking timeline. I didn't know who the fuck he was, but it was everywhere.
That is impressive.
But that makes sense now. That makes sense.
That's crazy, man.
To Kraken's point though, like it is part of the business. I mean, look at their videos though. So before this whole shit happened, the most he'd get probably like 150,000 in a video. The video where him and his wife are on is 940,000 views on that, and then the video after that 386,000.
Jesus.
So that's just generated. That's just generating fucking
drama. And the thing about it, like it, we'll see how this is gonna end because it could go either way. Like I see the grace is falling, but he's still gonna have his little cult audience. They'll be like, hey, we still that. I'll grab like a Trump supporter, like a fucking Trump supporter. Actually, gravitated with his shit.
You are fake news.
People like the sound bites, so they don't care about the person. Like they like what he's selling, like regardless of whether or not he's living there or not. Like they're not really thinking about him as an individual at that point. They're just really applying what he's saying to their own life. Like he's irrelevant, really.
He's just a mediator for an idea that people want to be able to easily.
Right. Exactly, and that's the hustler shit, man. They know how to do that. That's just crazy.
When that news come out?
Monday. It started Sunday. It started Sunday. The accusation started Sunday, and then Monday he confessed. He denied it on Sunday, and then Monday he confessed.
Yeah,
and then it just kept going.
And then he kept cheating during that time.
Exactly.
I don't know about that.
No,
he continued. He continued because the video's in front of a house of a woman.
The video's
I don't think that was crazy, nigga.
No, but listen,
He's the third woman, right? The
I'm
third
about to get
woman
off
is
and
the
tell
one
my
that
girl
really
real quick.
spilled the beans and talked about the having a kid and shit. And she
she got an
says,
abortion.
my house. A lot of his videos is in front of my house, and then the person asks, "Is your house the one with the arches, like the white arches and shit?" And she's like, "Yes, that's my house."
Yep. That was so. That's the crazy part of it. The crazy part of it is
get some help.
Kelvin, you can find a video, but the crazy part of, of all of it, yep, there you go. The crazy part of all of it is that he did the confession video with his wife. It was the apology video the day afterwards in front of the woman's house. And then she admitted, because she had the text messages, that he had been texting her an hour after the video was published. He was texting her, and then he had just been intimate with her, and then he went to the house. So this dude is on like a different level.
And also like he's a fucking freak.
Okay,
he's a fucking freak too. The motherfucker.
He's a sociopath. He's a sociopath.
But like, she said this woman is a surgeon. She's a surgeon. Like she's some hot shit. She doesn't even want her identity to go public. And she said that he used to like send pictures of, he would masturbate like in his car in a parking lot and then send pictures and videos to her as she was doing surgery.
Get some help.
I didn't need to hear that part.
Yeah.
Yo.
That was very graphic.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You got any more details? You got any more details on it?
All this shit happened. He's only lost 20,000 subscribers.
And also, I believe he also put a gag order on her before she snitched. So I also checked that out too. But
he did. He put a gag. He put a gag order. Can I put my Hotep hat on real quick?
Go ahead.
I want to put my tinfoil Hotep hat. You can get that for $10 at the Ruckus podcast store.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do the Derrick Jaxn. I'm in the middle of some shit. Gonna start selling shit. In the meantime, I think the Hotep in me says that this is all a conspiracy by the white man to tear down a black man because they don't want to see healthy black relationships.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
About that relationship?
I believe it. That sounds true to me. I believe it.
I hate your guts, Brutus.
If you can explain to me what's healthy about that, I'll rock with it.
I'm going to destroy it in 2 seconds, but go ahead. But
what I'm saying is that there's a whole bunch of white people out there who are probably really happy right now.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey, man, let me finish.
Bro, nobody even know who he was.
No, a lot of people knew who he was. This isn't.
I did it.
Me neither.
He has 733,000 subscribers.
If you're in the internet, bro, you know who it was.
How many? 733,000
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's a known figure. He's not the most well known figure, but in that circle of people, his name circulates. I mean, he put
a lot of people down too. Like he was he
probably talked mad shit on Kevin Hart.
He talked shit about Little Duval. He talked shit about
Charlemagne,
Jelly the Kid.
And that's the thing.
Wait. How many subscribers does he have? How many subscribers?
733,000.
Oh man, that shit is trash. I mean, let's move on. Let's go talk this up. That nigga doesn't deserve to be talked about. What the fuck? I thought that nigga was like 3 million or some shit.
I don't think any of these guys are that high.
Common sense, uncut.
But here's the thing: Charlemagne the God, not a relationship with him, but
yeah,
he was well known enough for Charlemagne the God to mention his name, and I think he interviewed him. So
yeah,
he did a donkey of the day, by the way. He did a donkey of the day on him,
which is classic. So maybe Peter, maybe you didn't know him, but the circle that he was catering to, which is in the South, like he went to Tuskegee, so it's a HBCU. So if you're in the HBCU world, and you got friends who are in that world, they're gonna be posting about this shit.
Yeah,
you know him.
Yeah,
but I really do feel, and I'm gonna be serious here for a second. His image that he portrayed of a black man in a relationship, giving relationship advice, really probably bothered a lot of people. And I'm gonna say that honestly. I was joking before, but I will say this, and I do think that there's a part of me that does believe that there's a lot of people that are happy that relationship turned out to be a lie, because it just feels it does fit into a narrative about black relationships always.
Oh God!
No, God, please, no, no.
Look, I feel people
let
who
me
run
have a
around
rebuttal
and
on
do
this.
videos in their cars, man. I don't know, man.
Let me have a rebuttal with that, Brutus. Let me say something real quick.
It's not that. It's not
I
that
would feel like they're full of
serious.
shit.
Like you can't even afford a camera, so I can't really believe you.
Yeah, I don't take it seriously in the car all the time.
Like I don't know. Like you're gonna film yourself talking about some shit in your car with a phone. Like that's
sounds like you're hiding.
Tacky as fuck. Tacky
like you don't want to be heard.
It is
first of all, nobody knew that he was married in the first
Thank
place.
you.
That he was
Right.
married or had kids. So like they're trying to sabotage something that they don't even know exists.
Right.
So like.
And here's the thing. Let me backtrack to let me go try to respond to what you said, Brutus. With that being said, and if a nigga talk all this shit and doesn't show like his family, it's two things. Either you want to keep them private or you got hoes on the side that you ain't talking about and you want to keep fucking them and they don't want about your family. Because the fact that he's a public figure and nobody knew that he was married or nobody knew about his wife until 6 months later when he kind of knew shit was about to hit the fan, that's a whole bunch of shit. And as far as the whole black people want to see black love, no. I'm not buying it because the thing about it is he was degrading black men. You know what I mean? He was going after black men with their fuckery.
Yeah,
he was the one saying the black man is wrong, the black man is doing this right. And you know what I mean? And not only that, he was saying any flaw that a woman has, a man's supposed to accept it. He has a book saying that baby mom is only for grown men.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So basically, tell me you could be a basically, you can tell me you could be a bum bitch with a GED working at CVS with 3 kids and multiple kids, and us as men supposed to embrace that.
You know
that's the
what's
thing.
ironic,
That's a
though.
hustle.
But
What's
you know
it's a picture.
that only he could have insight into that type of guy because he is that guy.
Yeah.
This is true. This is
That's
very
why
true.
He was spitting facts then.
Right.
Don't be like him.
Yo,
that's the moral of the story. Don't be like him.
Did you guys hear that clip?
Did
you guys hear that clip?
But
That nigga's a gangster, bro. It's some
pimp shit. It's some pimp shit.
Yeah.
It's a thin line between. It's a variation of some pimp shit and some really dirty Mac and shit.
Yeah. That's
Let
crazy.
me ask you the thing is,
Return of the Mac.
Yo,
take a look. How brilliant! Brilliant this motherfucker is, bro. How brilliant this motherfucker is.
Yo, like, no.
Wait, go ahead, Alex. Alex, go ahead.
That motherfucker was inside
during this whole shit. There's actually a clip. I think it happened on Sunday, or no, when he confessed after on Monday. He goes, "When I got with this church stuff, that's when my whole life got fucked over."
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
asshole. Damn. What an asshole.
Yo,
let me ask you guys a question. Here's a serious question on this stuff. He said a lot of things, and I went through a lot of his videos. He did make some valid points on certain things, which I did agree on. You know, broken clock is right twice a day. So, is the fact that his public persona is a sham, does that invalidate some of the actual correct things that he say, or you just throwing out the whole dude and everything he said?
What about Umar Johnson? It's
the same thing. No. Let's not do the whataboutism because there's gonna be a long list of people that we could play that game. So let's focus on him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, good point, Mike. Good point. So let's focus on Derrick Jaxn.
Man, Mike's on fire today when he got that mic.
Yeah,
That's that new mic. That's his automatic
mic.
Yeah. Here's the shit with that motherfucker. He was preaching perfection, knowing that he was flawed himself.
Sound like
and
Michael
we as
Lawson
men,
bitch because of this motherfucker. Like he was infatuated with some woman, and she watched his video and was like, "Michael, you ain't shit. I'm not talking to you no more." He's mad as fuck.
Go ahead, Mike. Speak your shit, Mike. Speak your shit. I want to hear you.
My issue with that, we as men, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter if you're black, white, whatever the fuck it is. We have flaws. You know what I'm saying? And him as a man, he should know that we as men has flaws. So you shouldn't promote your fuckery, you know what I mean? Saying as a man, you should do this, that, and the third, and a woman, you know what I mean, can't you know what I mean, can't accept your forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? So while he was doing that and some, he's doing the double standards. He's pulling the whole do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, but that's the
But
hustle.
he knows that.
That's the hustle.
He knows he's doing that.
Okay,
I can't believe
so
we're
that's the
gossiping right
hustle.
now.
Why the fuck should I take you seriously afterwards? Even if you're ready for certain things.
Good
Hell,
point.
Bill, let me tell you
Yeah,
this.
I mean that's the point though. I'm agreeing with you. Like once we know that it's a hustle, it's gone. You know, that's the thing
It's
about
gone.
the hustle. If I know that you're hustling me, like it's gone. You know what I mean. So that's the game. Basically, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
nobody
it's-
likes to be hustled.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
some
some
people
bullshit.
do though, because like we said earlier, like some people just
that's
He
true.
only lost like 20 subs, 20,000.
You know
some
what's
people
crazy
just
about
want the
this?
soundbite, man.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy about Derrick? He you know, looking at it from a historical perspective, he just
Well, I
he
thought you
falls
were gonna
into
say you. I thought you were gonna say you met him once when you were.
Yeah, word. Yo, you got that story?
In 2009, we was in Atlanta.
Next week's interview.
Do some journalism.
Yo, we gotta get him on the pod now.
I believe at this point, if we invite him on the pod, he will come on and he'll talk in the third
That
person.
nigga $700 this week.
Look, he got 7 years
Nah,
ago. He
we're
did
gonna
a
get
cheating
some-
man's heart Q&A. I mean, he knows about that shit. This nigga's a
He
genius.
wrote a book on it. He has
Isn't
two
it
books
like-
called Cheating Man's Heart and a
Bro,
Cheating
he's a
Man's Heart too.
self-snitcher.
Yeah.
He's a snitcher. Yo, is this a cry for help though?
Yeah,
No,
he wanted to get
no,
caught. He wanted to.
Why?
Well,
No, he just got caught.
I think he's a narcissist. So
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
he's
this
definitely
is-
a
he
narcissist.
believes
I
that
think-
shit. Yeah.
He is
Now,
a
here's the thing.
psycho.
I'm
Because
gonna
he
play the
detaches
conspiracy with
himself.
Brutus for a second. I'm gonna play the conspiracy for a second because I do believe with a 69-30% chance that I'm gonna say this: either his wife didn't know and was really that naive, which is whatever, because we didn't know the motherfucker was married, or she did know, and just like women that are in that lifestyle, they know that their man got status, and women are gonna be throwing themselves at them. She could probably play on the
She
low,
let
say
it
like,
rock.
"Yo, let it rock, but don't fucking embarrass me." The
There you
side
go.
chicks, would be like, okay, he kind of sort of married because we, as men, we've been in a relationship. We know how, if you're in a relationship and a woman is dealing with you, they know how you're gonna move. If they know you're on some sneaky shit, they might let you rock, but don't be a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Or they're gonna be on their toes and be like, yo, where you going at? Where you moving at? Why you acting like this? They know your daily routine. So that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. The dude
Sounds
has a pinky
abusive. That sounds like an abusive relationship.
Yeah, but
It does. It does.
Yo, where are you, nigga? Like every day?
Yo, but here's the thing. But here's the thing, man. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. I thought she was fucking bad. She was a bad. She was a bad. I don't,
And he purposely made it look like
she bad. But here's the thing, man. Anybody who grew up in the hood, anybody who grew up in, I don't think she ever grew up in the hood, and I think he did, because if you ever grew up in the hood and you saw a dude with a pinky ring, you knew that dude was trouble. Pinky ring.
Oh my god! Stop discriminating with pinky rings, man. I'm trying to get a couple.
I used to have one, man. What is it?
My man, yo, you trouble, man.
Josh is a problem.
You probably right, nigga.
Yo,
I mean,
it's not my. Hey, listen. I grew up on a bunch of fucking old school salseros and merengueros and shit. You seen the drip they had on, bro?
They drip, but them motherfuckers had like 3 families. Chill, like, come on now.
Come on, everybody had everybody had that Theo that never buttoned up the last 5 buttons of his shirt with the huge ass cadena with Jesucristo right on all gold
and the pinky ring.
And
the pinky ring. Come on, man.
The shoes. And
the long nail. Remember the long nail?
I
didn't know when I was a kid, and I got old. I'm like, I think my uncle was doing coke with the nail.
Bro, you know what's funny? You know what's really funny about that?
Oh shit!
I thought that was like a trend and shit, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna grow my shit out." And then one of my cousins was like, "Yeah, nah, don't do that." That is not a trend.
They said the same shit about
peg leg. You did the peg leg. I love who did peg leg.
I did that for like a week, and then my pants just kept falling back down. I ain't doing this no more. Derrick Jaxn, if you're listening to this, because after your fucking success is over with, you're probably gonna be at the same. You're probably gonna be at the same level at the Ruckus for now. You are invited to come talk to us.
You're gonna start at the bottom like us.
Yeah, we probably gonna have more viewers than you next week.
Teach us a few tricks. Teach us a few tricks.
We can start right
Yeah,
now.
we could just be hypocrites the whole time.
Yeah, let's be.
Yep.
No, but okay, so
let's
okay,
start.
that's a
Women,
good, no, that's
you're
a good
queens,
point.
and none of it is your fault.
Let's
Let's
shit
do
on
it
that
now.
man.
Women, you're our queens.
Well, I mean, his success is not like the idea though. Like this nigga is obviously a workhorse, man. You got writing these books and shit like that. Like he's selling because he's doing the work, not because his ideas are so good. And that's the hustle again. If you put as a capitalist society, you put in the work, you're gonna get some return.
Eventually.
Yeah,
eventually. But here's the thing, man. We was talking about this in the group chat, and I think it's he gave us a blueprint on how to infiltrate a hustle. You just got to turn on any social group that you're a part. No. Well, you just got to turn on any social group that you're a part of.
If
this
your
is
man
like,
cheats.
No, but
I mean,
like, look at it.
this pays
That's
the
always
bills,
been the
right,
hustle,
Fred? I mean, this is his full-time job.
Yeah. Sells books. Yeah,
Once you
books.
My balu.
Yeah, I think his network is like $2 million.
I mean,
oh, wow, really?
He makes money, son, right?
The
I mean,
man makes a book every year.
Dude, right, that's what I mean. Like, he's put in... Lou, you know how hard it is to write. Man, he's writing books. And I said, this nigga's put in the work.
What are they, picture books?
Man, what is he, the Dr. Seuss on cheating on women?
So I don't think his impact has to do like how clever he is or nothing like that. Like his idea, it has to do with the fact that he puts his name out there in the videos and the work that he does.
He has, to your point, Cracker, which is a great point. This is the difference between people who have talent and don't have the success, and people who don't have the talent and have the success. The people who don't have the talent, they understand that they don't, but they're willing to put themselves out there and even get embarrassed or do just whatever they have to do to get the success. People who have the talent are always doubting, and this is where the narcissism comes in, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, you need like this blind faith. Like,
yo, I am the best. Fuck y'all. I'm the shit.
Yeah, he's like he's a narcissist.
So a narcissist is what? They just believe blindly that they were chosen.
Right.
Yeah,
they gotta do it.
Almost like they are the only ones in the world. Like they are the protagonist of everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like their life is
they got their own TV show?
is above everybody else's. So
yeah, they're their own TV show. Everybody's watching them because they're so important. Exactly. That's it. So his success.
That's the thing. Just into this because that's a very good point. But there is a complex. I forgot the name. Maybe some of y'all remember it, but it's something Kruger. That there is this effect or complex, some shit like that.
The Kruger effect.
The Kruger effect, Kruger effect, something like that.
The more you know about something, the tendency is that the more insecure you are because you know exactly how well you dominate that subject, and there's always room for growth. So people that know a lot about shit, they tend to be more insecure. Whereas people that don't know a lot about shit, they tend to be more confident because they don't they don't have the capacity to understand how little they know about the subject. So imagine a person that is narcissist. They probably think like that like 100% of the time.
Well, in his case, he knew a lot about the subject.
That's good. I like that shit. Oh, yeah, he did know a lot. Damn.
Man, that's nuts.
That shit was deep, Daniel. Calling you.
Yeah, I know. Daniel be coming up with these fucking, like end of conversation. Let's close it out. Move the fuck on.
I don't like that shit, bro.
Well, now that Daniel basically ended that topic for us, we can move the fuck on. Daniel didn't even want to talk. Daniel didn't even want to talk about it because that man don't even got 1 million subscribers. Daniel's like, you got 1 million subscribers for me to talk. Yeah, for me to talk about you.
He got a point.
Wait, you think so?
Fuck
come on now. So ain't nobody gonna talk about the Ruckus yet? Okay, now I feel you. I see you, Peter.
So
I see you.
How about let's talk about the Joe Budden and
can we? Okay, Alex, we are not talking about Joe Budden. Joe Budden is the man. Watch your mouth if you're gonna talk about Jose.
Oh my God! Here we go.
We ain't talking about Jose now. We Jose.
What did he do? What happened?
What did he do?
You know, Lou trying to get signed to the Jose Botana network. So
there's an opening. There's an opening now. Marley and Rory.
What did he do? What did he do?
Call me. I believe in the Ruckus.
Yeah, Lou, answer the question, bro. Stop. Answer the question. What did he do?
He didn't do anything. Supposedly, there's been beef going on in the podcast for a few months now, and supposedly it's been, especially between Rory and Joe. And
shit!
Supposedly there was a moment drama where Joe was making a comment about fighting somebody, like he had said something to Rory in regards to like fighting, and Joe said like, oh, but you don't fight with friends. And Rory kind of did like a little indirect and said, well, what if we ain't friends? Like, we could fight, we could throw them dogs right now. And supposedly after that, him and Maul, they kind of like quote unquote formed a union. That's the joke. And they was like, we're not going back on the Joe Budden podcast. And then Rory tweeted out a couple days ago that respect is above everything. So there's just been all this beef going on, I guess, supposedly. And then
wait, that's real or that is just some hearsay?
No, that's real.
That's real.
Like,
It's real. They haven't been on the podcast for the last 2.
Yeah, they ain't been on the podcast.
You know what I think, bro? It comes down like I get the impression like shit like that. You know, you do things on it as a team, and maybe this is the perfect place to talk about that shit. But like, you have a tendency to, you know, people in general have a tendency to like get on the bad side of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like at some point, shit is gonna hit the fan somehow. Because you always see like teams breaking up and shit like that. You know, of course, this is not the reality of the Ruckus because this is such a great team, great platform. If you're not a regular,
even the greatest band of all time broke up. You know,
this is true. The Beatles did break up.
Like that's
yeah, but here's the thing. I just think with Rory. I just think hip hop in general is a little more complicated because it's coming from a place where a lot of the people in hip hop are coming from competitive, but also problematic. Like Joe Budden, like I love Joe Budden, but he's a problematic ass dude. Like,
he's an emo guy, man. His music is mad emo, isn't it? I mean,
he's an emotional guy.
Yeah.
He burns bridges. I think a lot
like
of
No Tomorrow,
like No Tomorrow. And
Yeah.
a lot of the people around him are coming from places where they're also fucking problematic. Like we can't front. Maul ain't the easiest dude to deal with. Like you could tell that, and Rory isn't easy to deal with. You could tell.
Wow, that dude must be a fucking case, bro. That dude is what the fuck.
But this is hip hop. Like we talk a lot about hip hop, but like people, like I think I posted it in the chat the other day, a video about the gangs in New York, like all the drill coming out of New York, right? And then you pay attention to the dudes doing drill music. And you got to realize, like, yo, these people are coming from problematic fucking places. Like, these are so it makes sense that they get into these partnerships and then it breaks up. Like, I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like,
yeah,
it was gonna happen. Like, and like I said, man, Joe is not an easy person to fucking deal with. Like, you could tell.
So what's the source of the like problem? Like, they just they just had like a long history of like
Rory's white, and that is
that is why Lou cannot get on his side.
Nah, there's a couple different things, right? So Rory's been going through a couple issues in his personal life, and he's been trying to bring it up in the podcast. Joe's just been like brushing it off and laughing about it for like the past 2 months.
Oh, damn!
Kind of fucked up.
This is Lou.
Besides
fucking
that,
size with. Look at this.
Yeah. Besides that, he made Ack had something to do with Rory and his fiance having issues right now. Like they're kind of separate. I don't know what the status is.
Can I tell you?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me finish. And then after he did that, Joe went on and did an Instagram live with Ack, all fucking, you know, funny business and shit, and like didn't even try to check him on that shit. And then like, you know, he's been getting ignored, and he's been for like literally the past month he's been telling Joe, let's just fight. Like literally just been calling him out to fight. And
I respect it.
And then Joe finally heard it on a playback, and he called him up and was like, yo, take a couple pods off. And Maul hit Joe up and was like, yo, who the fuck are you to tell Rory to take some time off from the pod? You know, this is, you know, Maul considers it like a partnership deal, right? And Joe from what it seems like, considers it like he's the boss and they're his employees.
Ooh. He is.
So
yeah, but hold on.
Maul checked them. Hold on, real quick. Maul checked them on that, and Maul said, "Fuck it," and he sided with Rory, and he said, "I ain't coming back till Rory comes back."
Ooh, I give Maul credit for that. You know, joining.
Nah, Maul the real
that's cool.
Maul the real one.
Yeah, he joined the. He's Maul is a socialist. I love you, Maul.
Yes.
If you notice, Joe always says this is about us. It's not about me. It's not only about me. This is our baby. This is our product. I'm not going to give away our rights. So it's our until this part. Then now it's like, nah, nigga, I'm the boss. Bet there.
But here's the thing,
we don't know the insides. We don't know the insides of it. Like, I mean, did all the texts get like is all that public or not, or is that just like what they said happened?
Because like,
from what I heard I haven't listened to the last couple episodes, so I don't know. But
wait, what part are you asking that's public?
Like the text messages and shit like that.
No, like some of it's from Axe streams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stream shit.
Some of it is from Rory talking on the podcast, and then he went on the
and they
I heard that episode. I heard that episode when he said it. He was like, "Nah, I find my friends, but we still friends afterwards. Let's go outside and fight or some shit." Like we could put some gloves on or some shit.
Yeah, and then Joe was like, "I don't find my friends." They even joked
about it.
Joe said, "I don't find my friends," but then if you look at the video, Rory's like, "All right, what if we ain't friends?" And he was fucking serious about that shit. Like you see it in his facial expression.
Jesus.
And then they just kept on laughing about it. They completely ignored him. So like that's part of the
Imagine
issue that they kept on
that
fucking ignored him.
That would be.
He's already said that to me. Casey wanted to fight me since like 10 years ago.
We'll be there one day.
But like,
is Rory the only white dude?
This all started because of that college fucking argument that they had.
Well, on the podcast?
Yeah.
Lou,
what college argument?
No, I was gonna say is Rory the only white dude that I might be repping for? Like, is he the one white dude I might be bigging up? Is that y'all changing my mind on Rory?
No, I didn't like Maul, but
you don't pick up from Parks?
Yeah, Parks.
Who's Parks? Oh, the other dude on the show?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, I don't even pay attention.
Oh, you crazy?
Nobody really sees him.
He agrees with you on a lot of views. I thought you'd stand for him.
He's the producer also. He edits.
Oh my god!
Joe meme is classic.
Yo.
I'm gonna say this about the Joe Budden podcast, and I like to compare it with the Ruckus in a sense. That Joe Budden podcast wouldn't be anywhere without Joe Budden. Now he might technically not be the boss, like he might the way they structure the contract, we don't know, but he's the name. Like he was the well-known one. Now, nobody knew Maul or Rory probably outside of New York. Everybody knows Joe Budden.
A question on this though, because like there's that dude that. I think it's Eben, his name. That dude that was with Mike Tyson on the hot boxing. And that dude left because they couldn't agree on terms and he felt like he was being disrespected. And then he had to leave. And then they got that other dude that I don't even know who he is. And like I watched a little bit of it and I was like, man, this dude I don't fuck with this dude. The other dude, he had a certain vibe that really matched with Mike Tyson, you know? And that's the thing, like Joe Budden is the name, just like Mike Tyson is the name. But you think that it survives? Like it's gonna survive. If Joe is alone, it's gonna survive. But y'all don't think that it's gonna take a big hit? Like people are gonna be like, "Yo,
it's definitely gonna take a hit.
They're an equal part in that podcast.
Yeah,
I listen mostly because
so it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
It's
not gonna work if they don't.
It's been too long.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No,
but this is the thing I was gonna say.
The thing is, they're the people who.
Episodes.
Yeah, like these are the people that keep him grounded. Because if not, he's a narcissist. This dude will sit there and talk about himself, and like these are the people who keep him grounded, so he doesn't fly off the rails all the time. Sometimes they'll just be like, all right, we'll let it rock. But no, he can't have an agreeable cast of people that won't tell him like, nah, you fucking bugging. Because if not, the shit will be boring as fuck, and it'd be really annoying. Honestly, like it just be some
together. The unit is a lot better than the parts. Like Joe alone, Rory alone, or Maul alone, they're not going to be good. But them three together, they form a transformer.
Yeah.
People
don't like change, and people don't
like
change.
What kind of fucking analogy is that, you 5-year-old?
What the fuck? You the three of them together is a good combo. McDonald's, you know.
Transformers ain't that popular.
He can't pull a Beyonce.
You know, you go to McDonald's, you eat just the fries. It's not the same.
He ain't a Beyonce of the group. But I will say this, however, having said that, the asterisk is this: that podcast gets where it gets to because of who Joe Budden is initially. And I think you're right. The podcast today.
We're not gonna give Joe Budden his flowers.
I mean, bro.
No. It's not about his flowers. What did you say about Joe Budden? Say that again. What did you say about Joe Budden?
I don't know what you say, man. I live on the 5th floor. That's it.
I was watching that yesterday.
Listen, man. What I'm saying is this. If one of us in the Ruckus started this podcast was famous, that would have already brought the Ruckus to like a lot of people internationally. Like they would know us because of that one person.
That's the hope. Dio, right. and
Peter, right?
Our artist is here. Yeah,
Peter, right? If they come into the podcast, they're bringing us an audience. The difference, let's say, with the Ruckus is we all started this. Nobody knows who we are, and we literally are building this one day at a time. So when we get to be part of the Joe Budden Network, it's equal parts for everybody, right?
Yeah. Hell no. We're gonna be
damn. So you saying all I gotta do is become a narcissist and get famous, and then we made it?
My God, Joe Budden's gonna listen to all this.
We waiting on you, Peter.
I mean, Joe Budden is barely famous. You know, Joe Budden is
Joe Budden.
I just need one hit. That's it.
Joe Budden has probably some of the most influential hip hop music of the 2000s. Chill. That mood music series, y'all. You don't want me to go off and talk about Joe Budden for the next half hour. Chill.
I'll join you. Don't worry. I'll join you.
2 hours later.
Nah, I'm good.
That was a great one.
I can't listen to 3 hours to pump it up.
You think they'll work it out?
I don't know.
I hope so.
I think so.
Do you think it'll be financial, or do you think it'll be?
I don't think it's financial. I think after what they went through with Spotify last year, if it was going to be financial, it would have been at that point.
Why they feel so hurt, because they've been through so much shit, and then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to tell you my problems, and every time I try to tell, I mean, they also in Joe's favor, they do also brush him off constantly on the pod.
Joe?
Yeah, they brush him off like crazy.
It's not even, I don't think it's more.
It's kind of like a long-standing joke at this point.
I don't. Yeah, it is, but I think it's more like they kind of humbled him down because they know Joe got a fucking ego. You know what I mean? They're the only ones that humble him. So it's one of those things. He needs that. They're humble pie.
Yeah.
Is it what you got to do to me all the time? Is it what you got to do to me?
Yep. Stop it. You're not narcissistic.
I'm fucking with you guys. No, listen, man. I
look at this right here.
At this point,
look at the man's face, bro.
That was a joke, bro.
Nah, bro.
That was a joke. This might actually, you know what? I'm about to put my whole type of hat on. I think this is a conspiracy to draw more Patreon followers. They're gonna drop some shit on Patreon, and then
the reunion
bag. Yup. Reunion episode's gonna
reunion
be
bag. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real quick.
Patreon. Watch.
Real quick.
I like to believe that too. But
real quick. Everybody pay attention. Cracking milk.
Yo, that you really got me thinking about going to milk and cookies.
Cracking. You trying to tell? That is my whole tab hat is still on. Cracking. You tell the world to crack it. I'm concerned.
Oh,
Cracking. You want to make chocolate milk? Only chocolate milk.
With a Beatles shirt on.
A Beatles shirt and white milk.
Ooh. Oh my God, man.
Is it almond milk?
No.
Regular milk?
Yeah, you gotta do regular milk with the cookies.
Almond juice?
You gotta do regular milk with the cookies. You can't do none of the alternative milk.
Yeah, you can't.
They don't work.
Almond milk sucks. Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yeah. No, the reason I said that about cracking in the milk is because I put, like I said earlier, a minister in the Brazilian government today was seen throwing the OK white power sign during.
All right, when did that become a white power sign?
He did the circle with the he did
white
a circle.
people, the W and the P.
I swear.
That means 666.
White people.
I thought it was blood.
This shit's too fucking extra.
I thought it was Bloods.
Yeah,
Well,
listen, the Bloods use it. Apparently, it's 666. It's also white people. Like,
well, we only have 5
give any more
fingers.
meanings.
There's only so many fucking symbols our hands can make.
Exactly.
So,
motherfuckers want to be out here like this shit Naruto. They doing fucking ninjutsu signs and shit.
Right.
Is this a white people signal?
Fucking crazy.
The only thing is that there is like non-verbal cues for your crew. You know, the head nod.
Yeah,
you know that means something. So they must have one too. I don't know what it is. Is it that means something? Maybe.
That
but
means
I'm
something
looking for that shit because niggas trying to kill me. Like, you know.
Well, here's the thing: the Southern Law Poverty Center, the Anti-Defamation League, the Holocaust Museum in here in Brazil. All these international Jewish organizations have pointed to these symbols, and they have pictures of white power groups using these symbols to denominate as nonverbal cues. Yeah, and last year, Stephen Miller, during an interview at the White House, he did the exact same thing with his fingers. And thank you, Casey. I love you too, motherfucker. So they go on there's people who research this stuff. They go into like the Reddits, they go into the 4chans, the 8chans or whatever, and they see what these people are saying. Like Pepe the Frog became one for a while, and then it circulates around the internet. And then they do these pictures, and it's like, you know, there was some police not too long ago in Kenosha that they had pictures doing the OK symbol. You know, it's just it seems crazy at times, but that's where gaslighting comes in. Like people be like, "Yo."
It's not crazy because it's like Kraken said. Yeah, people have their symbols to represent their group and whatever. But I mean, like, fuck, man, we've been like you said too. We got 5 fucking fingers in one hand. Like, let's be real. There's only so many fucking signs we could fucking make. So yeah, they use it, and that's cool. That's great to know that they use it, and we can, you know, get an idea of who's involved in that shit. But like, if someone else uses it, that's not what, you know. We shouldn't just assume everyone that's using it is fucking saying about that shit. Yeah.
Well, considering that the president,
what if like the chief of police is doing it in the picture? Right, you still have to make a decision on the symbol itself because
this kind of put a little, this kind of put a thought in my head. You guys remember? You guys remember?
So when a white person throw it up, it's racist, and when a black person does it, they're affiliated with the Bloods in California.
No, it's context.
It's context.
Well, that's what he's using. He's using context.
Context, yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing: the Brazilian,
case, no, they're not the same.
But the Brazilian president is a Nazi supporter, right? And he's had in his government people who have done
free speech in Brazil. You're talking like that?
Yo, word.
I'm inside my house and I'm speaking in English, so ain't nobody understanding what I'm saying. But there is no free speech in Brazil. Nah, I should get one. But this government there's been. Go ahead, Mike.
But also, when you throw that sign up, that also stands for B in Boston. Side note.
Oh my God.
No, listen, it's gonna stand for a lot of things. But for example, like when I saw that video, I think I posted the clip. He's a white dude who is in a government that has had for the last 2.5 years demonstrated white Nazi fascist symbolism. Like they've done this, and not just like random shit. Like they've copied straight from like what Hitler did. And I'm talking about like setting up scenes, like actual replicating Nazi scenes and Nazi flags and all this shit. So when you have this guy doing this shit,
Goebbels shit.
Yeah, Goebbels. Like there was the Minister of Culture when he was assigned the chair of Ministry of Culture. His speech that he gave to introduce himself was word for word a speech used by Joseph Goebbels, down to the music, which was a song by Wagner, who was a Nazi composer, down to the picture of the president on his desk, which Goebbels did, which was the suit, the hair. And this man who did it, he was a former theater director. So he knows about creating scenery. So none of it was, like random. So when you have a government who's been doing this for 2 years, and all of a sudden this guy does this shit in a video, it's not okay. You're like, no, this motherfucker is sending out a message to.
I know what you're thinking. Where can I find more? For full episodes of the Ruckus podcast, you can check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and your other digital streaming services. The Ruckus, it's organized chaos. Don't worry, we're working on getting Mike a better mic. Get it, Mike? And don't worry about it. You'll get it eventually.